Yep, it's time. It's time to face our fears. It's time for the Monaco Grand Prix. God, I do not want to race here. But, yeah, as I stated back in Spain, if we can win this or finish on the podium, then we can compete for the championship. Otherwise, yeah, I think we're probably going to focus on the rest of the season and not think too much about the championship. As for what happened in Spain, well, Eddie Irvine won, and now he leads the championship with just 3 points from us. So, yeah. And now we have to do with Monaco. Well, wish me luck, folks. See you after qualifying. Alright, 5th. I can't work with that. So, how many stops? Only 1 at lap 18. Okay. So, let's get on with things. Okay. 2 lights. 3, 4, 5. And we're off of Monaco. Into send the vote. No heroics. There we go. We've gone past the McLarens. Now Irvine looks like he's going to take the lead from his teammate, and we're gonna take 2nd place away from Michael. And we're going to challenge Irvine. Let's try and not let him go away. Of course, our championship rival. There we go. And we are in the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix. Now the problem is, of course, having to keep the lead for 39 laps. There we go. Into the tunnel for the first time. Into the swimming pools. No, that's not the swimming pools. Whatever. There we go. And those are the swimming pools. There we go. Hey, that's Tabak, if I remember correctly. And that's Anthony Nogues. There we go. And alright, Anthony straight. And that was lap number 1, and we lead at Monaco, amazingly enough. But as for the real 1998 Monaco Grand Prix, It was once again the Hakkinen show. The guy qualified on pole 3/10 off of 3/10 faster than David Coulthard, and something like half a second from Giancarlo Fisichella, who actually qualified in third. While Michael Schumacher, I think he finished fourth, almost a second behind. And this was the second race in a row that Riccardo Rossi had failed to qualify. And yeah, this was the race that famously had the where he famously lodged his steering into the barriers, or between the barriers, because he had spun out. I think around here, I believe. Yeah. I think he spun out at the swim at back, and in attempt to recover, he managed to lodge his car. Jesus Christ! He managed to lodge his car in the middle of the barriers, and because of that, not only he failed to qualify, but also the mechanics swapped the lettuce on his scooter from Ross to Tosser. In the meantime, fast lap of the race.
That's a new fastest lap for the race.
But yeah, this race was the Hakkinen show through and through. The guy led every single lap, scored a fast lap of the race, started from pole position, basically scored a Grand Chelem in this race. Grand Chelem means leading, starting from pole position, doing the fast lap of the race, and leading every single lap. And apparently this is the last time McLaren would ever do it until Oscar Piastri did it this year at Zandvoort. So, yeah.
There's not much between you and the car behind, just 2 seconds.
And Michael Schumacher finished... Fuck! Outside of the points for the second time because he finished 10th in that race. 2 laps down because he had a problem in the pay. Actually, I think he hit somebody, I don't remember who he hit, and was forced to change the front wing, and he finished 10th, 2 laps down. And of course at the time, fuck, 10th meant no points. So, yeah. Okay, nice. Honestly, one of the things that I'm sort of looking forward to is how the new cars are going to deal with Monaco. Because now that a little bit more smaller, the car should technically have an easier time overtaking, but who knows. Okay, there we go. I got screwed if it's not a new fast lap of the race. Yeah, apparently it is a new fast lap of the race. Somehow. I have no idea why, but it is. And now it's gonna be even faster, like 5/10 faster. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. But there we go, into the tunnel. No, it's not Rascat. Fuck, whatever, I don't remember, whatever. I should not name corners because I keep forgetting them. 6/10 faster! And that might be all 6/10 gone, thanks to that. And never mind, it even went faster, 7/10. Even though I fucked up the
We think the car behind is trying to save fuel.
fuck again, Jesus Christ almighty. Okay, there we go. Nice. Oh yeah, over at the second channel, I've posted the video for the sign-ups for Formula AS. So if you want to check it out, go over there and, well, sign up. All the instructions are in the video as well as in the description.
You've got 5 seconds on the car behind. Let's try to keep it that way.
There we go. Fuck, okay. Oh, and also tomorrow, if you don't know, Path of Radiance, Fire and Path of Radiance has just been released for NSO. And since tomorrow is Sunday, well, the timing couldn't have been any more better. There we go. Ooh, okay, nice. Ooh, touch the wall. Oh god, okay. 6.5 seconds away from Irvine right now. There we go.
You're pulling out a second a lap on the car behind.
Which is good. And that's exactly what I want. Shit. Okay. For the record, I haven't changed the difficulty at all. It's still 95%. This is still a period where the AI in the Formula 1 games wasn't exactly the best. So, yeah. Fuck. And that's my second warning. Now I can afford to screw up anymore, so at the chicane I need to be absolutely goddamn perfect now. Also, don't cut Sandoval like that. Fuck. God damn it.
Be aware, we think the car behind is trying to save fuel.
Let him save fuel. I don't care. I just have damage turned off for this race because, again, it's either a 5-minute video or my mental sanity. Okay. Fuck. Okay, lap 10. Very nice and easy. Okay. 1.2 seconds. This morning I got F106 through totally legit reasons, and yeah, I actually had to fucking turn off the damage because good fucking god, the AI is stupidly aggressive. If they want to dive bomb you, they will dive bomb you, and they will not give a fuck about you whatsoever. Also, the steering is sensibility is like so sensitive. It's actually ridiculous. I know it's a question of I have to get used to the much more, shall we say, unrealistic physics, at least compared to Formula 1 to the modern Formula 1 games, but still, Jesus. And also had to cut off, also to disable corner cutting penalties because, yeah, that game is a bitch with that kind of shit. So. I don't know. I know I should try Championship Edition, but I have no idea if RPCS 3 actually runs that thing. So, yeah. There we go. For the record, my first ever Formula 1 game was Formula 1 2003 when we bought the PS2. It was a bundle with Formula 1 2003 and oh god, and The Lion King. And after that, there was the closest I ever got on playing, and actually no, this was the only game that I ever played. The only Formula 1 game that I actually had until F1 2010 when I got an Xbox 360. And a friend at my school had a PlayStation 2 and he had F105 on it. But yeah, basically after Formula 1 2003, I played no other Formula 1 game until F1 2010. And after that, I pretty much played them all, bar 2013. I mean, seriously, I mean, without, mods and stuff. It was 2013, 2015, 2016, and shit. God. And, yeah, those games. But I played 2010, 2011, 2012, 2014, 2017, and of course from 2017 up until 2025. 25, sorry. And I know I should probably do just a... I mean, I say I should probably do like some type of careers on F1 2013, 15, and then 16, but yeah, of course the games have been delisted, so I have no. So also I have no idea if 2015, 2016 would run on my PC. So, yeah. I mean, I would assume they would run, but they'd be so low quality, it would actually be unwatchable, so... Yeah, 2014, absolutely, I can do that. 2015, 2016, I don't know. Shit. There we go. Okay, we are 5 laps away from the from the pit stop.
Car behind is dropping back around a half a second a lap.
We are 8 seconds away from Irvine, so that's good. And we're about to approach some lapped cars. But hey, God damn it. They're probably going to make me repay all those bollards, aren't they? I mean, it's always better than, you know, lose that actual several $1 million diamond in a crash. Which is something that may or may have not happened to Jaguar in 2004. But we will get there once we actually get there. In the meantime, that's a That's a Tyrrell, and what are the chances that's Rosset? Because of course there's no DNQing in this, there's no 100% rule in this game. Also because nowadays the cars are just good enough that it shouldn't be 107% rule should not be an issue. Unless your name is HRT, but still. And, what would you know, it's Rosset. God damn it. It's Rosset. Now, dear Tosser, do not fuck. There we go, thank you very much. Nice.
Between you and the car behind is 10 seconds.
Okay. Now, lap number 16. Okay, nice. Next up should be... I don't... Oh, God. Oh, it's the minority. For once, it's not the Prost cars. I'm going to say it's Twitter first, then Takagi. Yes, it's Twitter first. Takagi Nakano, I mean. And past Twitter we go. Next up we have Takagi and again Nakano. Not Takagi. There we go. Thanks, Shinji. There we go. Finally managed to get out past the chicane without destroying the bollard. There we go. 2 laps from the pit stop. And of course, recently I played also Formula 1 2002, to which I only played the demo. And I always remember complaining about the cars that you couldn't drive that were locked on a demo. One of them was the Arrows, and I said, and bear in mind that I was like 5, 6, something like that in this day, so easy with the insults. That I said, oh, I guess it'll become unlockable once there's bad weather. Yeah, my brain worked like that when I was little. I mean, it's not like it got any better as I got older, but still. There we go, past Panis. There we go. And time for the stop. Also, because Sunday is Path for Radiance Day, there won't be a F1 98 edition video. There will be a 1980 mod video on the other channel, but oh god, this is going to take a break and will return hopefully on Monday.
You have a 10-second lead over the car behind.
Okay. Oh, that's whatever. I shouldn't bother because I'm not gonna lap them.
Remember to pit this lap.
Okay. God damn. Okay, I should probably just stop acknowledging destroying the baller because otherwise it'll become annoying. And into the pits we go. Alright boys, make it quick. Of course, the Ferraris and the McLarens are going to pit. There's, I want to say, Irvine. Yep. No, it's Schumacher pitting. And there we go. Okay, we're down in third. That shouldn't be a problem. As we go past Twitter once again. I mean, which car? Rosset or Coulthard? Okay, go away please, there we go. There's the other Minardi of Nakano. Finally I call him Nakano for real. There we go, past Shinji.
Try and close the gap to the car ahead. It's currently 2 seconds.
Yeah, they're pinning at Jeff, don't worry about it. There we go. McLaren is going for a double stack, amazingly enough. But we take the lead, there we go. Hey, okay. Dicks.
Traffic ahead, stay alert.
Okay. Easy through here, there we go, nice. Okay. I actually have no other things to talk about. I mean, I think I did say about hearing the news that GTA 6 might be delayed once again because the game isn't ready yet. To which, effectively, if that happens... Ooh, hi there. If that ends up being the case, then effectively, what can... Jesus. Oh god, okay. Effectively, is there a game that is like a strong contender for Game of the Year if GTA 6 gets delayed? Right now I can honestly cannot think of one on top of my head. So, yeah. In the meantime, that's a Stewart and that's Takagi, I would assume. I'm going to assume that's a Tyrrell. Easy. Now I want to say that's Barrichello in the Stewart. As soon as I catch up to them, I will see if that's the actual answer. And the answer is... no, it's Verstappen. Hi! Yes, the boss is passed. Next up is the Takagi.
Okay, you have a 12-second gap to the car behind.
And past him we go. Shit. Ooh, almost a straight bullet once again. That didn't happen, thankfully. Okay. Alright. I don't think there's a 1991 mod for F1 2014. Okay, there's a 1985 mod, which is of course the next one that I'm going to cover once I'm done with 1980. Of course, there's 1988. That makes sense. There's 1985. There's 1988, of course. Then there's every single mod from 1992, I believe. Either 1981 or 1980. No, I think it was 1981 from up until now. So, except for 2009, which is a mod for F1 2013. So yeah, and also, I was about to download F1 Challenge 9802, but I decided against that, primarily to download the VB Challenge mod. In the meantime, how the fuck did I get the fast lap of the race? Which is that big ass mod that has every single season from the beginning up until the most recent year, and I found out it's 160 gigs. Basically, I would have to basically wipe out a very large chunk of my files off the second hard drive for it to fit. Because of course, I can fit around, I will assume, what, 300 gigs or so, because, well, you know, I kinda also need some breathing space to make videos. Especially these videos that are like 50 gigs big. So, yeah. But I decided against it. I decided to not download the game because I mean, right now I have enough on my plate as it is, so I'm not gonna make my life even more complicated than it is right now. I mean, I could always play it on my own, sure, but still. In the meantime, that's Sauber. I want to say a Lacey. No. Oh, shit, that was okay. It was the Lacey. Okay, nice. Fuck. There we go. Past the Lacey. Actually, in terms of drivers that replaced for the series, well, who would have been? Now, of course, I put all the teams into a wheel, randomized it, and it went for Williams, and replaced Frentzen because, of course, I wasn't going to replace Villeneuve, the defending champion. But if it was effectively, if the wheel picked Ferrari, I would have replaced Irvine. McLaren, I would have replaced Coulthard. For Benetton, I think I would have replaced Wurz. Since it was going to, since 1999 was going to be his last full-time year, pretty sure, up until 2007, I believe. 2007, 2008. Unless I'm being mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it's after 1999 was his last year in Formula One full-time year. Then he became the tester for McLaren and wouldn't return to Formula One up until 2007, I want to say, as the teammate of Katsuki Nakajima. Unless I've been mistaken, and he might have gone to somewhere else. Because I know he raced for Williams when Nakajima was there. I don't know if it was 2007 or 2008. But I assume it was 2008 because, you know, Rosberg was in that team. Unless he was racing for somebody else at that time. I honestly don't remember. I completely erased 2007 from my memories. Like, the only drivers that I remember that have raced for Williams after Montoya, Ralf Schumacher are Barrichello, Rosberg, Webber, Maldonado, Bruno Senna, then who? Of course, Massa and Bottas. Of course, Latifi, Sorokin, Lance Stroll, then who? Albon, of course, Sainz. I mean, I do remember a lot of them, but from 2007, Nakajima said, but I don't remember. Actually, I think I mentioned them all, I want to say. Oh, Heidfeld. Heidfeld was 2005.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by half a second per lap.
So, okay, never mind. I actually remembered all the drivers from after Ralf Schumacher and Juan Pablo Montoya. Okay, was Bottas in 2012. Then, who was in 2014? Okay, Bottas was one of them. Who was the other? That was just a Kovalainen, but he never raced for Williams. He raced for Renault McLaren, that was basically it. Okay, Barrichello assisted. Then was Massa and Bottas for a couple of years. Then it was Bottas and Massa and Stroll when Bottas went to Mercedes. Then it was Sirotkin. Then it was Kubica and Russell. There we go. That's the other two. Jack Aitken, I think he did one race at Bahrain. Because, because Aitken had to replace Russell, who actually had to replace, who also had to replace Hamilton because the guy got, I think it was because the guy got COVID, if I remember correctly, that day. And that, it was the second race at Bahrain in 2020, so I think that's because Hamilton got COVID. Oh, and Logan Sargent. Of course, I was about to forget Logan Sargent. The driver that now looked like, now I guess we can say Williams didn't sign because they actually believed in him, but because you know, the year that the Formula 1 was going to have free races in the United States, that was, oh shit, there was no American driver on the grid. In the meantime, okay. Of course, all the drivers that have driven for Williams before Montoya, of course, Villeneuve and Frentzen, Damon Hill, David Coulthard. We had to replace Senna when he died, Senna, Prost, Mansell, Patrese, Terry Boutsen for 1 year. 1 or 2 years, I think. Alan Jones, of course, Carlos Reitman. Then who else joined for Williams? Keke Rosberg. He won the championship with them in 1982. There we go. 11 laps before the finish. Zanardi, Ralf Schumacher, I said. Zanardi in his second stint at Formula 1 after basically becoming a demigod in IndyCar. And then, of course, well, you know what happened. He was so terrible in 1999 that Williams simply could not wait to just get rid of him. And of course, Jenson Button also did race. He debuted for Williams. Then he joined Benetton in 2001 to replace. I think actually to replace Alex Warts. Yeah, in 2000. Then he only lasted 2 years because Briatore fucking hated his shit.
You're pulling away by about half a second a lap, so we've got an opportunity to look after the car here.
That's Johnny Herbert. Oh yeah, Mark Genet drove for Williams for 2003. I remember that one. He did, I believe, one race in 2003 to replace either Ralf Schumacher or Montoya. That was a Monza. Of course, I said Nick Heidfeld, Mark Webber, and yeah, that's basically it. PK. PK also raced for Williams. Yeah. That's PK Senior, of course. But in the meantime, There's, I will assume, Russet again. Yep. Going 2 laps down is the Tosser, as well as one of the Arrows. And I want to say that's Dinitz, because the helmet is... yeah, it's Dinitz, because the helmet is black. Well, at least blue, dark blue. Salvas is light blue. Yep. So I guess only one Arrows is going to score the points tonight. Dicks. Hey. There we go, past Dinitz. We are about to lap the top 10. Here it is. That's the 10th driver. Okay. Okay then. And no, that's not a minority, so it's gotta be Tuero. Hey, okay. Alright, nice and easy. Hey, okay. But, okay. Yeah, that's Tuero. Nakano is red and has the checkerboard on it, if I remember correctly. Tuero, of course, has the colors of the Argentine flag. And speaking of the devil, oh my god. Yeah, I actually clutched my ass. I thought I was gonna get a penalty. Hey! There we go. Now, next race is going to be in Canada. And honestly, I want to see if I can actually, you know, actually do 2 in a row, or once again do another 5th place after winning it. After winning the previous race. Shit. And after that, after the Canada, it's all European races until Suzuka. There we go. Ooh, okay. That was close. Ooh, Olivier, please. There we go. Alright then. It's 4 laps to go. Alright. Hey, okay. But yeah, I'm always excited for Formula AS, honestly. It's something a little bit. It's something different from the usual stuff that I do. So yeah. Again, as I stated in that video, it's a project that it was an idea actually that I've had for almost 10 years, and now I had the chance to actually, you know, bring it to life. Not in the same game, but still, it's better than nothing. To be fair, another idea that I had for many years that I never gone and done it was somebody did replicas on race department of the cars from My Driver, the first season of My Driver on F1 2017, and I thought, what would happen if My Driver had a normal 20+ schedule instead of the 14/16 that Arrow was running. Of course, that never got off the ground because my PC wasn't exactly good back then. So, yeah. That's another project that I would technically do, that I would want to do. And of course, Arava has uploaded, I think, the second season of My Driver on Race Department for F1 2015. So I could do that too. And of course, it would be fun to see all the stuff that.
I think this might be our finishing position today, so don't take any risks. Bring the car home.
Yeah. And of course, with the benefit of hindsight, it would be funny to see, you know, all the stuff that Arava did, all the predictions that Arava made, and see how they actually look like in 2025. Like, for example, Giovinazzi was a rebel. As we all know, the guy never really amounted to anything, and he got dumped for Zhou. Gasly went to Red Bull, and he was one of the top guys there. He did go to Red Bull, but as we all know, he struggled because, you know, because he had Max Verstappen as a teammate, and of course he was dumped first back at Toro Rosso and then at Alpine. Red Bull had Chevrolet engines because Chevrolet was going to get involved in Formula One. They technically are now. They are now involved in Formula One, but it's technically GM, and no, GM is involved in Formula One, but with Cadillac and not with Chevrolet. Okay, final lap.
20 seconds between you and the car behind.
And my driver, Mercedes, had become the new Red Bull since Toro Rosso was gone and was with the Jaguar, and they had Monster Rehab, which of course had Sophia Florsch. So yeah, it would be fun to see. It would be fun to see the stuff that Arava picked, and of course what he, I guess what he got right and what he got wrong. Well, not exactly what he got right and what he got wrong, because he did get a lot of stuff right, but also see how much stuff has changed ever since doing those choices. There we go. Hey. In the meantime, we're about to cross the final chicane. And around Anthony Noakes for the very first last time. And into the main straight. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to win the Monaco Grand Prix.
Congratulations on the win. The whole team's ecstatic. Great driving.
And so, we win the Monaco Grand Prix. Second is Eddie Irvine. Third is Mika Häkkinen. Fourth is Michael Schumacher. Then is David Coulthard, Alex Ward, Jacques Villeneuve, Giancarlo Fisichella, Ralf Schumacher, and Damon Hill, who has been slapped with a 10-second time penalty. So, yeah, he runs at the top 10. And unfortunately, the arrows do not convert a top 10 starting spot into points. Of course, Rossett runs up the rear of the field. He wins the last car for today. And, well, after that, see you for the championship tables. See you later. And with that, we have taken the lead of the championship back 4 points clear of Eddie Irvine. Third is Mika Häkkinen. Fourth is Coulthard. Fifth is Michael Schumacher. And then is Jacques Villeneuve and Giancarlo Fisichella tied at 36. Then is Alex Wurz in 8th. Damon Hill, Ralf Schumacher. Then is again Salo, Dennis Takagi, and Alesi rounding up the point scorers. But yeah, next up is Canada. And now I feel a little bit more... I feel a little bit more confident in my championship hopes now that we won Monaco. So, yeah, let's see what's going to happen at Canada. But for this video, this is going to be it. If you liked it, give it a like. If there's more content like this, hit subscribe and click on the notification bell so you get it when next video drops. And I have nothing else to say other than see you next video, everybody. This is Alpha, signing out.